Say hey connectors, DK here. Normally I talk on my channel here about things in the nonprofit sector and social enterprise and leadership and fundraising and all that kind of stuff. But I got to talk about what happened yesterday with the passing of a musical icon in Prince. 57 years old. They're still investigating exactly what happened. He was found at his home in Paisley Park in Minnesota. And I got to be honest with you about this. This took me back more than I thought. So as many of you who know me or are getting to know me through these things, these channels and blogs and all these kind of things, my music collection, I would argue, is probably pretty, well, it's pretty eclectic. I can go from a million different things, and sometimes it's really fun for me because when I put on my iTunes and I just hit random, I'll get Bing Crosby, and then it'll go to Megadeth, and then it'll go to Van Halen, and then it'll go to John Mayer, and I just love the randomness of it, including a lot from Prince. And because of my age and where when I grew up, Prince has been with me from the very beginning. So it's been a very weird 2016. By the way, we should put in a call to Ozzy and some other guys, just make sure they're cool and safe, because 2016 has sucked for musicians passing away. We lost Merle Haggard, and we lost David Bowie, and we lost Glenn Frey, and we lost Prince now. I got to be honest with you guys, I was surprised at how much this affected me. And I think what happened was I started listening to a local channel out of Philadelphia called WXPN, which I'll put a link to them. They are an awesome public radio channel, nonprofit organization. They started doing what I think a lot of channels were doing, which was showcasing Prince music and playing a lot of them. And they were playing all of his catalog, and I talk a lot in my speeches about the tuning fork in my body going off when I feel good about something or something feels right, or when a story is presented and you love it and the tuning fork goes off and you just get that good vibe about something. Every story, every storyline that came out of every song and every lyric, I was harkened back to parts of my life and my childhood and my adolescence and middle school and high school, and I can't help but think about how amazing Prince has been part of my soundtrack of my life, and the power of him, his combination of the spirituality with the sexuality, this idea that you could have both. You could be this amazing guitar player, this amazing drummer, synthesizer. God, he played practically every instrument and played it at a virtuoso level. As a musician myself, you look at people like that and you just stand in awe of amazing things that they can do. And it just got me thinking more and more about these amazing stories. And my sadness, which got me by surprise, then was countered by my amazing amount of joy that I just took from hearing all this stuff, and almost as if I was hearing it for the first time, but then instantly being brought back to these amazing moments. And I just feel like I needed to share this with you, and I wanted to share just a couple of stories. And I think everybody of a certain age bracket has stories like this. But you know, when I heard Purple Rain being played, I instantly was harkened back to every community center and junior high dance, and it always ended the night, and that was your big moment. That was your big moment. Cross that barrier between the girls on this side and the guys on this side, and get that dance in with that special little someone. I instantly went there. And another one I have to share is with my sister. My sister's name is Jessica, and she lives now in the Washington, D.C. area, outside of D.C. and Alexandria. But at the Y2K, at 1999, she's 11 years younger than me, but I got to take her into the city of Philadelphia during the transition from 1999 to the year 2000. And right there in the center of town on Broad Street, there was this amazing dance party right on the middle of the street. And they were doing all the songs leading into 1999, so they were starting back in 1900s, the music that was being played at that point, and moved it progressively upward, and moved it until we got to that point where it was just about ready for 2000. And then Prince's song 1999 went on, and everybody went loose and had a blast. And it is one of my most telling moments. I was so happy to be with my sister and have her experience this, as she is my younger sister. It was just a cool thing to do, and it'll be a memory that I will have for the rest of my life. It was so incredibly awesome, and that moment is etched in my mind because I was with people I love, and I was listening to Prince bring in the new millennium, and that was just super cool. So, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to share this with you. If you have thoughts about Prince and how he affected you, I think I encourage you to do this and share your story on social media and get it out there for everyone to hear. But I just wanted to share that with you, connectors, and I hope you guys have a great Friday, great rest of your weekend, and keep listening to Prince. Believe me, it's a time when music and lyrics could move mountains. I said this on social media before. He could move mountains with his lyrics and his music, and he always will. Keep connected.